Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. Today I'm making a video to show you how you can put this 8-inch woofer in the lid of your Harley-Davidson using a 6x9 cutting kit. Watch the rest of the video. I'm excited. You're going to really think this is cool. And a new part. This is a new adapter. It's called the IP 6x9-8, and this thing is phenomenal. It has been designed perfectly, it's also patent pending, to mount to our Hertz cutting kits. So if you got a 2014 to 2023 Harley-Davidson Street Glide, Ultra, Electric Glide, or Road Glide, and you've put a Hertz cutting kit in it, or you're going to as you move forward, you can now adapt to an 8-inch SV200 Neo or an SX200 Neo, this other 8 I have here with the tweeter in the middle. What's huge about this isn't that we just want to put the biggest speaker we can, but I mean, that might be part of it. But the other part is we always have people ask for two things. You always on a Harley wish you had more rear speaker, you wish you had more bass, and the 6x9 does a great job of adding more bass. But our front SX165 Neos, the 6.5 we normally use in the fairing, is a little louder than the 6x9 is. And then you have the fact it's pointed at you, and going down the road, sometimes you start to lose a little bit of your 6x9, which means you have to start fading to the rear. We do that in amp settings, we do that in radio settings, and we make it sound really good. It's not that there's a problem with what we have. But what I'm excited about is now I have a speaker in the rear that is louder than my speaker in the front without any fading or anything done. See, this speaker is about 94 decibel efficient. That's the SX690 Neo. The front fairing are 96.5 dB. What that means is the front fairing are about 2.5 decibel louder than my rear speaker, but they do that because they're not trying to play the bass that this is playing. Now with this 8, we're getting the good bass, but we're also getting a lot of volume. We're talking 100 decibel efficient. We're now, instead of being 2.5 decibel as a negative, we're now 3.5 dB louder than the front on our rear speaker. That's going to equate to more sound. More rear sound, more bass, more clarity. Overall, our systems are really loud now. This is next level loud. And I'm going to show you just how easy you can take, whether you had a 6x9 and you're removing it, or you're just going to put the cutting kit in. Now you can install this adapter, mount this 8, your lid opens and closes just like it's supposed to, and you don't have to buy one of those 8-inch lids that doesn't fit most bikes. The performance bagger scene is hot right now, and I know a lot of you guys are doing performance mods. You're making it look better. Short bags, short pipes. You're doing a lot of things, and these overwhelmingly large lids with these 8 sticking up just don't suit your bike. This gives you that factory style look, the speaker you've been wanting, and the sound you've been wanting too. So watch the rest of the video. We're gonna move over to the bike. I'm gonna take a 6x9 out. I'm gonna show you how this mounts, how the gaskets seal it up, and we're gonna talk about the difference between these two speakers and which one will be right for you. And at the end, I'm gonna let you hear just how crazy loud these speakers really are. All right, so I'm at my bike. This is what we call Project 50. This is our shop bike. I had the SX690 Neos in it. I'm just gonna unplug these speakers. I'm gonna take a screwdriver and remove the 6x9 and show you how to mount the adapter in it. And then we'll do some sound tests once we get it in. All right, so when you get your 6x9 to 8-inch adapters, you're gonna get this gasket, and you need to make sure and install it on the top of your adapter, because if you don't, you're gonna have a place there for water to get in. We wanna make sure we don't get water leaking into our bags. Now we have another part coming soon. I think a lot of you will really like it. It's just a little like 1/4-inch adapter or spacer that's gonna go between here that's covered in a frog skin material. That's gonna make it where no matter what, not a drop of water will make it through here, even down to the speaker. Now in this install, I'm using a waterproof speaker, so no problem. If a little water gets down in there, it's not gonna get past it, and I can just open the lid and dump that water off. But let's be real, I'm a fair weather guy. I'm not gonna be out in the rain. If I get caught in the rain, no big deal, we'll dump the water off the speaker. So we've got our adapter on, now we'll go over and put it on our bike. All right, so now we're gonna just mount our adapter to our 6x9 cut-in. Just 4 screws, just like a 6x9 would be. I'm just gonna start all the screws before I tighten any of them up. That way, if I've got any flex I need to do to get it to line up, we can do that. All right, now that all my screws are tight, we're gonna grab our speaker and drop it in. Now again, I'm a fair weather rider, so I'm probably not ever going to get water in these. There is a gasket built into the outside edge of the speaker. If you're worried about water, I would say put a little bit of silicone on this as you go together. I'm not going to do that because not really a concern for my riding. Take my 4 screws here, start 4 of them. Now that they're all started, I'm just pulling them all down tight. Then we're just going to connect our speaker wires up. Always squeezing these terminals a little tighter just to make sure they don't come off. All right, so I just put a little zip tie just around the metal portion here and pulled it around tight around our wire. That way I have something holding it. We're not just relying on those spades. And you're going to see that my speaker opens and closes, clears going in and out of my bag without a problem. All right, so just that easy. We went from a 6x9 to an 8-inch speaker, and it actually takes up a lot less room in the bag than you would think. I'm going to go and get the other one changed out, and we're going to do a listening to it. All right, so I just got done installing both speakers. Now, I've already took a polarity tester. I checked polarity, and it was a good thing because my rear speakers were out of phase with the front. So I made sure that was correct. So now we have correct mid-range. We've got a good full tone to it. These things are so crazy loud. There's no way I can let you hear it here and it make any sense at all. I'm going to play it, but I want you to keep watching because I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do a drive-by. I'm going to have Eric stand out with our camera, recording sound, and you're going to hear me a long ways before I get to you, and you're going to hear me a long ways after I leave. But I want you to hear what it sounds like on a drive-by so you'd see what it's like if you pulled into bike night or was trying to impress your friends as you rode up with your audio blaring. Now, this isn't for everybody. I'm going to tell you right now, warning, you're going to hurt your ears if you play this as loud as it can go. You're damaging your ears. It is crazy loud, but if you want to be that guy, this is the system you want because it is that crazy loud. So let me play a little bit of copyright-free music. That's what we have to play to let you hear it, and then we'll do that drive-by sequence. It's just too much to do in the garage here. That wasn't 3/4 volume, but it was too much for my ears in here. So we'll do the drive-by. I want you to hear what it sounds like outside, kind of keep me from going deaf as well. All right, so we've got a couple options if you decide to get one of these kits. You can do the SV200s, which is what I did here. And I did those because I don't like adding a lot of treble behind me. Now, if you're the horn tweeter kind of guy that wants all the treble in the world and you love high frequencies, then do the SX200 Neo. But the majority of the people that we deal with, they listen to classic rock, 80s rock, modern country, heavy metal. This is going to be the speaker to go along with that. I think you're going to find out that additional tweeters in the back will be too much for those genres. Hip hop, rap, pop, those kind of things, you may want that additional treble. You need to make the right decision on that. I like the SV. I don't think you can go wrong. It's a full range speaker. It plays all the way into the treble range. You just don't add that harshness on the edge from that additional tweeter. Thank you for watching. I think as you see, this thing is crazy loud. You can hear me coming, you can hear me going, and loud systems save lives. You want people to know where you're at. You don't want them to pull out and hit you. You know, it's very, very important that we're seen and heard when we're on our bikes. For years, they said loud pipes save lives. Yeah, this is way above anybody's pipes. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely subscribe to Volunteer Audio on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. As always, I try to show you the latest in audio as it comes out. And by subscribing and following, you're going to see it first. If you got questions about this, it's available right now at volunteeraudio.com. So you can go on there, you can buy the adapters. Currently, they're only being sold with speakers. There's only certain speakers that are going to fit it. And because Hertz, one of the Hertz subsidiaries, built this adapter right now, they're only allowing us to buy it with the Hertz speakers. I think it's a great idea because it's a great product. It's weatherproof. It's going to fit wonderful. And in the future, we may have some other options that we have to go along with this. But right now, the SX200s and SV200s are your option. You can add this to any of our plug-and-play packages that come with these Hertz cutting kits now. It's also an option inside the full systems. But if you just want to buy the cutting kits, buy the adapters, buy this 8-inch speakers, we're going to offer that to you as well. Thank you so much for watching. Call us at 1-844-30-AUDIO if you have more questions. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the idea. A friend of mine, his name's Austin, he came down here, he showed me this idea. I kind of connected him with the right people to produce it. It's a really cool thing to see your idea come to life, come to fruition. If you have a great idea, maybe you've been thinking about something that you think will be awesome on a Harley and you've made one, share it with me. I'll hook you up with the right people and hopefully we can do something like this with your idea in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.